How's it going, gamers? Welcome back to a fresh new yap session of a video. In this video, we're going to be yapping about Minecraft servers. Now, I sort of touched upon Minecraft servers in a previous video where I talked about why I'll never PvP again, so yeah, this could be a part 2 to that video. But first, I want to take some time to address a little something. Just a crazy allegation. Like, this is crazy drama we're in. I haven't been putting a lot of music in the Birchlands videos lately. And to break out the ukulele for that one, I just really didn't think the music fit in there very well. I didn't really like the way I was editing it in there. I just kind of felt like it was a little bit short, because what I do for that is I'd pretty much download the tracks like straight off of YouTube. And I'm not sure if that's what everybody does. I'm not sure if people like use crazy methods to like extract music out of the games. But I just took my music off of YouTube, and obviously when I do that, I'm at the mercy of the length of the actual video, pretty much. Unless I use some looping technology, really. I use all my geekiness in there, which I have done before in other videos, more specifically on my third channel. But that isn't always very easy to do. And these tracks, some of them are like really short, so you only hear them for like a little bit, and then it'll just go back to silence. So I just decided to take it all out, just for that reason. I didn't really like the stress of adding that in there. I wasn't really enjoying editing the videos as much with that. There's also this little thing here on the internet, and basically everywhere that, you know, has laws, called copyright. And I really don't want to potentially, like, put myself at risk for copyright infringement on this channel, as I did zero research into, like, the copyright status of the music, pretty much. I just assumed it was all, like, free use, except for, like, blatant copyright infringement, such as, like, claiming a Sonic track is your own, that you made it. That's blatant infringement. Just maybe fair use or something. I always put, like, the name of the songs in the description, like, all the tracks I've used. I'm still doing that now with, like, the outro songs and everything, just to give credit, really. I don't want to infringe upon anyone else's rights, and when I was doing this, I really kind of felt like I was bumbling around in the dark, just to put it simply. Didn't want to accidentally bump into something hazardous known as copyright, so yeah. Unfortunately, the music is gone. I may bring it back in the future, just for like more important videos, but I really think the videos are better without the music. Because what I've really tried to do on this channel, which contrasts a lot of other channels greatly, is just keeping the videos, like, raw, I guess. Like, no crazy edits or anything, no Mr. Beast subtitles, just gameplay. And that's how I intend to keep it. I don't want to become like all these other YouTubers, really. Even if it means I am capped at 500 subscribers, but that's a curse I'm willing to take. If you can even call it a curse. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say now. We're gonna get into the Minecraft servers. And boy, oh boy, Minecraft servers sure are interesting, because you gotta host them yourself, okay? It's all up to you. Unless you do Realms, of course. That's basically a server that's hosted by Mojang. But the more traditional method of playing multiplayer is just through that multiplayer button. Basically, the multiplayer menu displays both servers and LAN games. LAN games you can play within your local area network, pretty much, so you can play with people nearby. It's like wireless play on Nintendo Switch. But basically, in there you'll find servers hosted by third parties, pretty much, which I think is a very interesting decision. And it's a very interesting decision that was made a very long time ago, which is why I believe that the only reason it's in there is because basically the multiplayer economy is completely built off of it. I don't know many people, at least on Java Edition, who use Realms. I'm sure the Realms community is like slightly bigger on Bedrock Edition, because on some variants of Bedrock Edition, specifically on console, it is not easy to join custom servers. So therefore, people will try to make their own custom servers with Realms. I think it's a pretty smart idea, but the only problem with Realms is that it's hosted by Mojang, so you're at their mercy and everything. And that includes with pricing and stuff, too. Overall, I kind of feel like Realms was meant to be a substitute for multiplayer that just didn't succeed. It's never going to succeed. It's never ever going to replace multiplayer. Let me tell you that right now. But pretty much, you can obtain a server from a third party, and you're basically at the mercy of their pricing, pretty much. It's a pretty interesting setup we have going here, not gonna lie. I haven't seen anything like this, because in more traditional games, typically, all the servers are hosted by whatever company made the game, whoever created it. Like when you hop into online Mario Kart, for example, the server that's being hosted on is owned by Nintendo, and you will never find a server unless like there's some real geek you're connecting to that's like hosted by a third party. I cannot remotely explain how you would even go about doing this because it's all really just automatic. Like many people, I'd imagine, go on to online games on Nintendo Switch and they don't even think about like how the server is hosted by Nintendo unless you're like me and you're worried about the future when these servers eventually get discontinued and everything and they shut down. But that's probably a little bit off topic. Pretty much Minecraft servers in theory could be forever. Like long after Minecraft is done, like there's no more updates. I know that may be extremely saddening to hear, but I really don't think this game is going to stop updating anytime soon. But nothing is forever, but the Minecraft servers, they could contradict that for sure. Because they're not being hosted by Mojang, so basically if you want to play some multiplayer, you very much can. All you gotta do is host your own server, pretty much. And they even provide you with a server jar on their website, although I tried using that. It's not very easy to get people to connect to that, because you gotta port forward and everything, and that requires like internet settings to be used. You also gotta worry about, you know, protecting your IP address as well. So it's kind of risky business. Which is why people go to hosting providers, pretty much. I know there are quite a few out there, and I haven't tried any of them, so this video really isn't going to focus on them all that much. But lately I've been playing on Prezacraft, or the President's SMP. That's pretty much the Minecraft server dedicated to the YouTube channel President's Play. Check them out, I guess. It's really interesting stuff, not gonna lie. But basically, one of the members, or one of the higher-ups in the Discord, decided to begin a Minecraft server, and this Minecraft server is hosted by Minehut. It's a free hosting service, and I won't lie, no sponsor by the way, the server performance isn't actually that bad. Maybe it's because of my computer, but other than the low render distance, it actually seems to be running pretty smoothly. Like, I'm not experiencing much lag, I seem to be getting all 5 bars. It's pretty good. If I lived in Australia, I'd probably be saying otherwise though, not gonna lie. But my main point is, I think it's very interesting that these servers are in the hands of third parties, and Mojang can take like some moderation action to like block them, but they can be unblocked with modified clients and stuff, so you can still connect to them. They'll just kind of be like on this blacklist from like connecting with the standard Minecraft client. And it kind of raises some questions with me if like Mojang could be in their grounds to sue these people, like these third-party hosts, if they wanted to. Like, can they actually do that? Because it's their game they're hosting. So, just something that's been on my mind lately. If you're on Java Edition and you want to play with people, I think it might be best for you to move over to Bedrock Edition, because that edition of the game has the Friends feature, which lets you connect to each other's worlds basically from anywhere in the world. But if you have friends like nearby, like you and your bros, they just come over to your house every day and you just love getting on your laptops and everything playing Minecraft, just do LAN games. I wouldn't suggest like setting up a whole frickin' server for that. It's pretty involved, and you really kind of gotta know what you're doing. This is all really because I feel that it's based on a decision that was made a very long time ago. However, I won't lie, it is kind of a good decision for the future. Having like a method that's like right up front to like host your own server is pretty good for the future, because you can in theory play it forever. Unless something crazy happens. Now, up until this point, I have failed to address the majority of Minecraft servers, which, by the way, shocker, are not Minecraft SMPs. They're minigame servers, and they're all the same. And to be honest, when I first started playing multiplayer, I didn't realize, like, what actual multiplayer servers were like. I personally thought that multiplayer servers were a little bit more like just random online games, like SMPs people hosted. I didn't really expect mini-games of all things. And to be honest, when I first started playing multiplayer way back in the day, outside of like PvP and stuff, I was kind of disappointed that this was the reality. Because personally, I think if you're gonna add your own sort of game to Minecraft, I think you should just go program your own game. A lot of these mini games are just very tacky to me. And that's because really there's no like programming language in Minecraft. The only thing you've really got is like server software and everything. I only know so much about that. but generally you're kind of limited. Like, you can't add like whole new graphics to it or anything. You look at these mini games and they're clearly Minecraft without a doubt. To be quite honest with you, I think I've seen a lot better quality mini games outside of this. Because generally they use like all the Minecraft assets and everything, and that's pretty much what they're limited to. Except if they're using mods, which also has its limitations too, because it's really got to like fit into Minecraft. Making a mini game that like looks different from the rest of Minecraft is not only a massive undertaking, but also it's just kind of a waste of your time because, as I mentioned before, you can just literally program your own game. But anyways, these servers are everywhere. They're like what feels like 99% of all Minecraft servers out there, and they are very competitive too. In fact, some of them even break Minecraft's guidelines as to how you can monetize your Minecraft server, which I'm just gonna spill the beans right now and just say my little opinion here and be done with it. I do not think multiplayer servers should be like this in the slightest. I think it should really just be people hosting their own servers if they've got one, and they just play together pretty much. No like massive multiplayer market economy that I'm seeing here. Basically, all the minigame servers have their own online stores, which pretty much you go there, you can purchase it, and typically it's for a lot of money too. So if you're watching this video, take it from me, do not buy from these people. It is not worth it. I promise you, your money, much less of your money actually, can go towards something else, you know, like purchasing a new game, you know. If you want to play mini games all the time in Minecraft, I would not suggest investing any money into it because there are a lot of other games out there too. I'm literally making this sacrifice for you right now, talking into this mic. I probably just got myself banned from every single one of these servers. But anyways, a big inspiration for me to make this video, the Mr. Epic pretty much. I've been watching a lot of his videos that focus on Minecraft multiplayer, and a little bit of an argument he's made in the past is that the Minecraft servers, they need to be pay to win. They need to be like super expensive in order to, you know, stay online. And I kind of didn't really agree with that. Like, I've already stated my whole position on that earlier. Just rewind the video a couple seconds back if you want to do that. I don't really feel like stating that again because I think that would get a little bit repetitive. But I really don't think the servers should be pay to win. I know a lot of them are going to collapse, but should Minecraft servers really be a business? It just really boggles my mind a lot, among various other things, because I really don't think it should be. And these servers are like crazy hardcore with their monetization. Earlier I briefly mentioned that they break the rules of Minecraft, and by that I mean they violate Minecraft's end user license agreement, at least some of them. Not all of them are as bold as some of them. Basically, a lot of these servers have illegal gambling mechanics on them that get them blacklisted by Mojang, or at least in most cases, you know, if Mojang chooses to enforce the rules with them. A little trend has started in recent years to use duplication exploits to duplicate large quantities of items, which actually wind up being a lot, and I mean a lot, of real-world money. That's really why I like tuning into the Mr. Epic a whole lot, and I just really found it interesting that like he's not completely against pay-to-win Minecraft servers, because I think it's just extremely scummy to have like so much microtransactions in a game that not only you already paid for, but also a game where there's a lot of kids. And I know there's not a whole lot of kids on Minecraft Java Edition as much as there are on Bedrock, but there are still definitely a lot of kids. I was once a kid way back when trying to get onto these servers, not knowing, you know, what these servers were actually about and everything. So yeah, as a result of that whole thing, I barely play multiplayer nearly as much as like Past Me would have ever predicted, really. Like, Past Me really thought that they were going to be like all over multiplayer. Like, we're talking 10 plus hours a day. And I legitimately feel sorry for the people who get scammed by these server owners and buy things from them. And they invest all this time on the server because really, you can just play other games. Like, I've seen very high quality games out there that cost far, far less than some of the money that these server owners are asking for on their shops. I think it's absolutely diabolical that all of this is taking place on Minecraft, of all places. And this is kind of why the duping trend exists, really, because I'm not the only one who thinks these prices are absurd. But more so, people are more so against the gambling mechanics, which also really shouldn't be allowed. I honestly think that if Mojang is in their grounds to do so, they should probably go and sue all of these server owners doing all this, because there are kids on these servers, no doubt about that. I'm just generally against the monetization of Minecraft servers in general. Go ahead and chat war me down in the comments below if you really like to do that. I don't know why, but like, I'm a fan of freedom of speech, you know? But anyways, a little trend I've learned about in, actually, just a few days ago, at the time this is being recorded. This video has really taken a long time to make. I've really been directing my attention to other projects, but not too long ago I learned that these servers are actually declining in popularity because, at least in theory, the listing sites that these servers are listed on, the prices on there have gone too high. And that's really a whole other can of worms too. They really love advertising these servers too. So they place like really high bids. It's like an auction almost on these server hosting sites, or server listing sites, my bad, sorry. We're talking like tens of thousands of dollars here going into this stuff. Just like for you to appear on the top of a list. It's actually crazy, and not everyone's able to afford that. I'm legitimately surprised it didn't like start crashing earlier, to be honest. But now, servers are starting to lose members because they're going elsewhere. Like the servers, they aren't being advertised anymore. Not everyone plays on a Minecraft server forever unless they're like super hardcore. Just like how I kinda am with single player, really. Not once in my soon-to-be 10 years playing this game have I had like any major breaks from it. Like I've taken like breaks maybe for like a week at most, but I've always been playing Minecraft. Unlike other games, it's probably like the most consistent game I've played really over the years. Much to the server owner's disappointment though, it did not include much of their pay-to-win mechanics, quite frankly, and it's going to continue to stay that way. But generally, I think the decline of multiplayer servers, I mean, I really don't have a problem with it, really. I think it's good that people are starting to move away from these servers, because this could ultimately, like, in theory, kill the entire ecosystem, which I know server owners would not be in favor of. They would actually get very angry if that happened. But I am just going to sit back and relax once all of these servers collapse. If they do collapse, I can't really see into the future. There are a couple that are actually doing good. But Minecraft minigames aren't what they used to be way back in the day. People are starting to move on, and that's good. Because these minigames, they're not of the highest quality. I think it's actually very impressive that something like this could be pulled off in Minecraft. But the reason you don't pull it off in Minecraft is because it's Minecraft. It's already a game. Really, the only benefit you reap from making a Minecraft minigame is Minecraft itself and the massive community that can easily access it. That's really it. And that's basically why I don't play the majority of minigame servers. In fact, barely any minigame servers at all. I think the server I've played on the most that's like a minigame server is Hypixel. And that was a while back. I kind of enjoyed Skyblock, but I really just got confused. Because, like, Skyblock is absolutely huge, just like a lot of other game modes I've seen. They make it so huge and complicated, I don't know how any child is supposed to figure out what any of this means. I think Minecraft is already a pretty big game, and when you build upon it like that, it's really just all very hard for at least my brain to fathom, really. It doesn't have a whole lot of RAM installed into it. Anyways, that's all I've really got for you today. That was really just my hot take on Minecraft servers. If you like what you heard, like, comment, and subscribe. I've really wanted to make this video for a long time, but just recently I've actually gotten like a lot of the facts for this video. I really don't think I'd have like a whole lot of knowledgeability in this whole thing if it weren't for that. I don't think really people would think that I was very qualified to talk about it, because I really wouldn't be. Multiplayer is something I do not touch, and I will continue to not touch for basically ever, at least in Minecraft. So yeah, I'll see you later.